There were 6 beds and 7 people in the sleeper car. In the middle of the night, one of them died. On the surface, it seemed like the person died of natural causes, but it was actually murder. None of the other 6 people appeared to have a motive. So who was the killer? Here's how the story unfolded. On a train headed to France, there were 2 people in car number 9. One was a doctor who had changed into his pajamas and was about to go to sleep. The other passenger in the middle bunk was already asleep. Just as the doctor put on his eye mask and laid down, the compartment door opened. A middle-aged, obese loser guy walked in, swaying and clearly drunk. As soon as he entered, the loser started making all kinds of noise, kicking his bag, farting, spitting. What a selfish jerk. He even kept farting as he climbed into his bunk. The doctor was nearly asphyxiated by the stench. The loser finally settled down once in his bunk, but the peace didn't last long. An elderly couple walked into the compartment talking non-stop. The doctor tossed and turned, wishing the car would quiet down. When the old woman checked her ticket, she realized the loser had taken her assigned bunk. Turns out the inconsiderate guy had just plopped down in whatever bed he liked when he first came in. I'm sure we've all encountered something similar when traveling. The old man was about to wake up the loser, but his wife said not to worry, suggesting they share a bunk for a bit of excitement, so they climbed in together. Just then, an extremely large female backpacker entered while chatting loudly on her phone about her travel adventures. Perhaps realizing people were trying to sleep, she stepped out of the compartment, but forgot to close the door. Now, the doctor definitely couldn't fall asleep. He angrily got up, slammed the door shut, and returned to his bunk. The elderly couple snickered at the doctor's reaction as they undressed for bed, making even more noise in the process. The doctor struggled to contain his rage, but the bunk was way too cramped for 2 people. There was no way they could sleep. They had to wake up the loser. Not only did he refuse to cooperate, he even had the audacity to say he wouldn't mind sharing the bed with the man's wife. The doctor, already seething with anger, took the opportunity to vent his frustrations at the loser. It was pretty effective, though, and the jerk finally moved down to the lower bunk. After all that commotion, the elderly couple was finally able to settle in. Just as things quieted down, the female backpacker returned with a handsome guy in tow. The 2 were about to get intimate when the train suddenly jolted. The passenger in the middle bunk abruptly stuck his head out, his expression hideous and frightening. Startled, the backpacker screamed and yanked on him, causing him to fall to the floor. Her scream woke everyone up. The doctor got down to check the fallen passenger's pulse.
He's dead.